Our final step to working with Wind Shuttle Analytics for Excel is to combine the lists and superfunctions to create a detailed view of the business conditions and then build upon the foundations of that report to gain an even greater insight. We'll begin on Example 6 tab within your workbook. Let's build a product sales trend report to see how the sales consultants are doing since the beginning of the year. A screenshot on Example 6 tab of your workbook shows the Biz Insight query parameters for the simple list of sales consultants. First, let's create the list of sales consultants. We'll begin by selecting the Query Data button from your Biz Insight Desktop Edition ribbon. Select List, your data from Excel, and of course our data source is the sales data. The results we'd like returned is a list, and for this simple list, let's select the single column we need, Sales Consultants. Be sure to remove duplicates and click OK. Our target cell for our sales consultants will start in C7. Now let's create the super function to aggregate the data. Again, let's click on the Query Data button again. This time, let's select Start Over from the Biz Insight Query Builder on the lower right-hand corner. This will clear all the settings and reopen the Biz Insight query. A screenshot on the Example 6 tab of your workbook shows the Biz Insight query parameters we'll use for setting up the super function. Let's select Super Function. Our data is still in Excel, and of course our source data is the sales data. The action we like to take is our sum of the net price. Let's add a filter to further define our report. Let's insert the year. And let's reference it from the actual spreadsheet. Let's click on the gray grid box to the far right-hand side and select our year in B4. Be sure we're showing absolute reference to the cell value. Let's add another filter. Let's select the period. Again, let's refer to our worksheet using the gray grid box within the Biz Insight query window and select D4. Let's be sure we have proper anchoring by anchoring only the row and not the column. Let's add one more filter to reference our sales consultants. And again, let's use our gray grid box to reference the actual worksheet. Click on C8. Be sure to anchor correctly, anchoring only the column and not the row. We have our parameters set. Let's click OK. Our target cell will be D8. Fill down to reveal the sales volume for each of the sales consultants in January 2015. Then click and drag across to populate the remaining months. The value should update when you choose another year if the super function is anchored appropriately. the superfunctions from this table now support Insight Drill Down to look at a specific total for a specific sales consultant. From the Insight Drill Down, you can easily create views of sales by product line or any other comparison of data elements within the source table. This concludes the Windshuttle Analytics for Excel tutorial. Please remember you can refer to the completed example tabs included within your workbook to view the list or superfunctions created in the tutorial. Thanks for joining us today for Windshuttle Analytics for Excel.